Hello everyone, my name is Carroll and I'm a medical student at the Stanford University School of Medicine. I'm excited to share with you today our work with the Goodman Surgical Education Center, as well as the Department of Surgery, both developing and evaluating our new seminar course, Service Through Surgery. It's well understood that there are substantial health disparities in this country, particularly in terms of access to surgical services. We also know that increasing workforce diversity is an important part of helping to alleviate these disparities. Unfortunately, surgery continues to trail behind many other specialties in terms of its workforce diversity. We also know that when students and trainees are exposed to diverse mentors and role models that reflect their identities, they're more likely to follow in the footsteps of those role models. So in developing our course, we are hoping to begin to chip away at this important question of how can we recruit diverse and service-minded trainees into surgical specialties. And here you can see our teaching team of medical students that developed the course. In putting the class together, we recruited diverse surgeon leaders from our home institution of Stanford, as well as other institutions in the Bay Area. These surgeons were diverse in terms of their identities, as well as their stage in their career, research interests, and the types of underserved populations that they work with. We systematically prepared these surgeons to either deliver a lecture or lead a structured discussion for the students in the Service Through Surgery class. We evaluated the course using a quasi-experimental comparison trial, wherein we invited all preclinical MD and PA students at Stanford to participate in the study. 47 of those students enrolled in the class itself over the first 2 years of its implementation, and 99 students enrolled in the comparison arm. We used a pre-post analysis wherein we surveyed students on their demographics, their previous exposure to mentors in surgery, and also administered the MSATU, which is a validated survey tool called the Medical Students' Attitudes Towards Providing Care for the Underserved questionnaire. We analyzed the data we collected using a couple of different quantitative methods, including chi-squared and t-tests. I'm going to walk you through 2 key areas of our results, including student exposure to mentorship and their attitudes. In this figure about mentorship, the analyses included students who had not previously met a surgeon who shared a particular identity or career interest. As you can see, students enrolled in Service Through Surgery were more likely to newly encounter a surgeon mentor who shared these identities and interests. And these results were significant in 3 key areas, wherein students in our class newly encountered surgeons who shared the same race and religion, as well as met for the first time a surgeon who conducted health disparities research. These other results, while non-significant, also held that same trend. I'd also like to talk to you about our MSATU survey results. And again, the MSATU is that validated survey tool that looks at medical student empathy, as well as their attitudes towards caring for underserved populations. You can see that we had a modest increase in MSATU score among students in Service Through Surgery. And this is the opposite trend that we saw in our comparison group, where the MSATU score actually went down a bit. This decrease in MSATU score is well demonstrated in the literature, wherein if you take a group of 4th-year medical students, their MSATU score is likely to be about 10 points lower than a first-year medical student class on a scale of 100. So these changes observed in our study, while small, are important because we were able to not only maintain, but slightly increase MSATU score over the 3-month period that our class ran, when usually the score is going down for medical students over time. So in conclusion, Service Through Surgery newly and valuably exposed preclinical medical students to diverse and service-minded surgeon mentors. And this was clearly something that was not happening organically during their preclinical medical education. So it was really important for us to intentionally and thoughtfully facilitate these sorts of interactions with mentors. Furthermore, we maintained and even potentially increased student interest in pursuing a service-minded surgical career. Finally, our class represents a sustainable and replicable model that other schools could easily implement if they would like to do so. I'd like to leave you with this quote from one of our student evaluations, which really drives home what we were trying to do with our Service Through Surgery class. This student stated that they understood that service and surgery are not mutually exclusive. I'd like to thank everyone involved in the development of Service Through Surgery, particularly the Surgical Education Fellows and the Goodman Surgical Education Center, as well as the whole Department of Surgery, particularly the administrative support team. We could not have done this without all of you, particularly our mentor, Dr. Lau. Thanks again for joining me today and for learning about our Service Through Surgery class.